There's a few guns that don't need any introduction. They speak for themselves. I wanted to share with you today one of my favorite kind of guns. Now keep in mind, I am not a gun expert. I'm just sharing with you a gun that I like and pretty partial to. This is the PTR91, and it's the H&K clone. It is normally comes with a very narrow foregrip. This Picatinny rail, this hand grip, and it came with a bipod. I got from RTG Parts, I think, and I got the collapsible stock from well, I can't remember the name of the place, and it's, I think there's a different kind that's actually maybe a little bit better. This one only has two positions, fully extended and fully closed. The other one, it has kind of, it'll step down in increments. This was hard to find. They were almost all gone, and when I did find it, it was daggum near double the price it was when I was looking a couple of years ago. This is a 7.62 by 51 and a 308. It is I think it's got a 16-inch barrel, but when I was looking for it, I did a lot of research, a lot of reading, and one of the criteria for me that was, I wanted something that would kind of run like an old diesel, just always be there and always go. And from everything I read, this fits that bill. Now there are some complaints because it's, I think they say it's stamped sheet metal, so I've heard complaints about it being kind of tender back here and bending and stuff. I imagine if you put enough force on anything, you can break it, you know. What else? You can get the magazines. They used to be really cheap. When I got the magazines years ago, I got them for about $3 a piece, and I think they're about $9 a piece now. Big difference. I haven't looked in a while. You could buy some 50-round drums for it as well. I have bought a couple of those. They're fun. I mean, it's a really fun gun to you know, run through. I am kind of a oddball. My sling I made myself. I need to work on it some, but I made it myself. I just use paracord up here. When I first started in my journey with these kind of guns and stuff, I had the you know, I bought the slings from online or whatever, had the metal parts, and had somebody, my son, tell me one time, he said, if you really want to know how things work and what works for you, put it all on, whatever it may be, and walk around with it, function in it, and that kind of thing. So that's what I started doing. That was a couple of years ago, and I found quickly that they broke the attachment points, so that's why I switched to just paracord. I also found, you know, with a plate carrier and stuff like that, I really began steering away from that because it didn't fit what I was trying to do for me. I mean, you know, each to his own. You may love it, but I think if you will take some time, if you can, and put your stuff on, walk around in it, hike in it, work in it. I went through a lot of elimination when I started doing that. A lot of things that I liked, that I, you know, thought were going to be relevant, got in the way, and they just didn't function. I used to have a red dot on here. I think it's Whole Sun, and it had a magnifier glass, and I liked that. You know, it was a good red dot. The problem for me was there came a point in time where I needed it, not in shooting a snake. And when I pulled up my gun, it was dead. Now a lot of folks will say, well, you know, iron sights for backup and that kind of thing. Yeah, I didn't have them on this gun. I don't have enough room on this little rail for it, so I didn't have them on. So when I needed it, it wasn't there because the battery was dead and the gun was useless to me. So that really kind of opened my eyes on red dots. I don't run red dots anymore. I run either iron sights or I think they're LPVOs, those scopes. I like those a lot. This is your superpower. This is a thermal scope, and it's kind of an entry level. It's the Thor LTV 3x9. I think it was tax and all a little over $1,000, and I'm gonna tell you what, it's a lot of fun if you've never had a thermal scope. I've never had night vision. I want to get some, but this thermal, it is a lot of fun, and I'm super happy with the scope. I've had it I think about a year, and I don't really have any complaints about it. I will say when you buy it, they say you're supposed to take an SD card and download an update and then put the card in, update it, and update the scope. But when you do that, you need the parts, the number and stuff. And after I opened my box, the kids threw it away, so I don't have that. So I just ran with it, and I mean, I haven't had any troubles with it. I haven't updated it, as they say, but I haven't had any troubles either. It's got right there is a little SD slot, and right there is where you can charge it. There's your controls on top. I'll do another video on that by itself when I figure out how to work it and connect it to the computer. But if you've got a little change, you should get you one. They're a lot of fun. What else? The sticker, the trigger that comes with it. Everybody complains that it's kind of a clunker of a trigger. I'm not real, again, I mean, I love guns, but I wouldn't call myself an enthusiast. Trigger's fine for me. You know, I get wanting something a little finer, a little smoother, or whatever, but it works. You know, like I said, my whole point in this gun was finding something that would go boom when you needed it to, regardless of the conditions, regardless of, you know, anything you've done to it. And I feel like it's a pretty good solution for that. I don't know if you can see back up in here. It's got a, I think they call it a barrel sight, iron sight, with the that on the front. That's really all I can tell you about it. Except it's a good gun. I enjoy it. Pretty cool scope. You ought to get you one.